Hi, my name is Sierra Trenhill McLemore.
Catherine Early.
Mary Sue Owen. I'm Dr. Renette Halverson.
I am Susan Harvey.
Yes, my name is Kyung-Lee Gagem. I go by Dr. Gagem, or my students just call me Dr. G.
Hi, my name is Norma Ramirez, and I'm the Associate Director of Residence Life and Housing.
Hi, I'm Stacia Miller, and I'm an Associate Professor of Kinesiology in the West College of Education.
Suzanne Shipley, President, Midwestern State University, Go Mustangs.
My mother. My mother was an incredible artist. She still is. And she was unable to attend college because of growing up poor. Her dad was a coal miner. And she always instilled in me to do what makes you happy. And as a mother, she took care of me when I was 31 years old. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, she took care of me for 15 months. She encouraged me, she was supportive, and I couldn't ask for a better role model.
My mom, I absolutely love my mom. Growing up, she was the rock for our family, and she always made sure we had food on the table. She was a hard worker and was just really supportive. Since I'm a first-generation college student, that was just awesome to have her support, but she taught me what it means to work hard and be there for your family.
Growing up, I was inspired by my mom, number one, because she actually got pregnant with me whenever she was in high school, and she did not get to go to college until later in life. But you know, despite all of the things that she had to persevere and everything, in her 50s, she went on and got her college degree. So she always inspired me to do my best, work my hardest, and you know, reach for my dreams.
The notorious RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, everything that she stood for in life, all the work she did towards gender equality and civil rights.
That would be Amelia Earhart, and she has been since I was like in the 4th grade. She was a very strong female person early, you know, the first female pilot to fly across the Atlantic.
Be confident and to speak up when you see inequities and you see areas that can make a difference.
Just be comfortable and confident with yourself. You're going to do a lot of things that are really difficult, but you're also going to be a pioneer and a role model.
I would definitely say don't ever be afraid to stand up for what's right. But at the same time, don't spend so much time standing up that you don't ever take time to sit down with your friends.
Oh, a piece of advice I would have told my younger self is to definitely just stick with it. It's not always going to be easy, there's going to be challenges, but just to make sure you persevere and keep going.
I would have told myself to have more confidence and be more aware of who I was. I always wanted to be like everybody else, and it took me a long time to accept my differences.
Oh, it's such an honor to be a part of the female community at MSU. When I got here, faculty members, and especially female faculty members, really embraced me and were quick to teach me things, you know, let me in on things they had found to be helpful. It's such an amazing community of support, and the support that I receive always keeps me mindful of my responsibility to support the other women in our faculty and in our staff.
A woman at MSU means that you are a pioneer through leadership. I think sometimes there's not a lot of women in those positions, and we are so lucky to have a female president as of recently. So I think that's empowering for the women in our community.
I chose to continue to work here and to continue to be a part of the MSU community after graduation because of the women who I met here, who inspired me. I hope that someday I can inspire other women here.
Empower them, you know, I think help them recognize their own strengths and find their own opportunities.
The best way I feel is having communication. I think approaching, if you notice something and you think that there's a need to address something, just approach them, be friendly, say, hey, you know, how you doing? Is everything okay? But also saying, oh, giving compliments, you know? I think that's one thing that we sometimes just neglect, saying, you look great, and you did a great job. Giving compliments gives yourself a boost and give them support.
And I was only the 3rd female band director in the region. At that time, if a woman spoke up in the district in a meeting, then their ideas were not heard, they were not respected. Over time, I went to meetings prepared. I spoke up when I saw that there was needs for improvement, and I made sure to be articulate. And because of that, those women in the district began to be more recognized and become leaders in the district.
It's countless, countless, I should say. But I have to say one thing that really stuck to my head or stuck in my mind per se is when I write, as well as when I represent myself, and as well as when I was applying for an occupation. I think that was an interesting challenge to be a female professor in Germanistic in the German studies, which I didn't think it was a major obstacle till I actually encountered certain questions that was asked for me during my interview, which made me feel kind of, put me in a spot.
Yeah, so a lot of the obstacles that I have faced have to do with my field of study, and being in sports, sometimes it can be difficult as a female to earn the respect of people that you actually know what you're talking about, that you have the skills and the talent and the expertise and all. So I feel like, you know, from the moment that I decided to become a coach and pursue a degree in kinesiology, that there was sort of always the good old boys club that I would have to kind of, you know, get in and prove myself.
Female leadership, we're setting role models for the next generation. We want there to be less glass ceilings for anybody to break. In fact, we want for there to be no glass ceilings, and we want them to know that, yes, you need to be confident, you can do this, you are qualified, you are equal.
I think it's vital because they set an example to other, females to follow. And I think we need to give them a path and an option saying that we can be a leader, we should be a leader, and we can do this.
It's been my experience in the past to observe that men and women really do approach problem solving differently and think differently. In fact, all of us think a little differently because we view problem solving or planning based on the lens of our experience, our upbringing, our life. And so having women as well as men in positions of leadership just gives us a more balanced perspective, and I think it's good for them to see successful women. And we have a lot on our campus, so our young ladies have a lot of women to look up to.
I think they need to find someone who can be a role model, but also a mentor.
I think they should set, short-term goals, also long-term goals.
So I would encourage women from the very beginning as they go through their education to aspire to what will most fulfill them, whether they want to be a piano teacher or a concert pianist. I'd say give yourself permission to consider every possibility for yourself.
Don't let someone tell you no. Don't let someone tell you you can't do what you want to do. Whatever you want to do, whatever brings you joy, whatever you believe will make you happy in life, go for it. You can do anything, and young women should know that. Young men as well. Find what you want to do, go for it. Find people who will encourage you, support you, and say, go for it, go for it. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do it, because you can.